let me just make this live. Let me just make this live for this sake. So now at this point, this is where we live in the country. And when it's dark out there, there's no kind of dark like country dark. Y'all, I know y'all been in. I'm talking. Country dark is you walking and you can't see your hand right here. It's just dark, and you hoping somebody has on a light somewhere. And so this is our light that we have. Like something goes out. So I'm telling you right here, all the deer coming, that's no play. So what happens? So if I had this light, look what happens. When we got saved, I'm gonna put it up here. When we got saved, that meant that the light was always shining us. Jesus says, "I am the light of the world." Forget what my fraternity says. They all crazy. Jesus says, "I am the light of the world." Now here's what happens. Now there's some times though. So even though the light is there, is the light always shining brightly in our lives? So look what happens. So here's what happens. There are some things that come up, and even though the light is there, sometimes we can diminish the light. Is it still shining? Yeah. What's happening now? Can't see it. It's there. There's Jesus right there. But we all these things going on. So here's what happens. So what kind of things? So we need to find out if we're supposed to bring light to the dark. That's what Paul says. Paul says, "I was sent to reveal the mystery of light to those who are darkened." So when we go with our light, it don't do any good if we are the light and then we go do this ourselves and we go out. Go out. Okay. Praise God, light shining bright anyway. So what is it? So what is it that keeps us from always, get this thing off of me. That keeps us from, because sometimes it just is covered. Now what's some things that keep us, now look what Paul says right here. Paul says that I was sent to bring light to the administration of the mystery. That I'm supposed to oversee the understanding of Jews and Gentiles coming together. To bring light to the mystery here. Now here's what happened. I love Dr. King said, read this with me please. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Isn't that right? Only light can do that. Keep going. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. I love this. Now this is not love, this part here. Read this with me right here from Ephesians 5:8. I used to be afraid of the dark. Come on, somebody. Until I learned that I am the light. And that the dark is afraid of me. Good God from Zion. So when you go on your job with all that darkness on there, don't you let what they're saying cause you not to shine, because you're bringing some light in there. They're trying to work you up and trying to cover up your light. You let your light shine. Here's what happens. Too many times we are willing to do this to get along with folk who don't even have our best interest in mind. The light has to always shine. Let me give you 3 reasons sometimes why we don't let our light shine all the time. Sometimes what diminishes our light sometimes? Here's first of all our attitude. Our attitude. Here God has been good. And we got to have a nerve to have a tune. God has been wonderful. Brought us from a long way. And we got a tune because of some burnt toast. Get some more toast. And we got all this in our attitude. Sometimes we'll diminish our ability to let the light shine brightly. See, it's all in the attitude. What's the attitude right there? It's the way, it's how we behave based on how we see something or respond. I love to read this together. A positive attitude is definitely one of the keys to success. My definition of a positive attitude is a simple one. Looking for the good in all circumstances. Amen, somebody. Looking for the good. I don't care how bad it is. I'm going to look for the good. I thank you. You are God. You were God yesterday. You are God today. You'll be God tomorrow. I'm going to look for the good. But what diminishes his light shining, first of all, is our attitude. Watch the next one now. Our aptitude. Now, what we're talking about here is aptitude. Aptitude is the capacity of learning a new task. What are we saying here? Every time I read the word, I expect to learn something more than I knew before. Every time I get ready to share a message, I'm expecting to learn something more than I knew. You can't look at the Bible like Gone with the Wind or Moby Dick. At this point, I'm learning something, and here's our point. Some believers have gotten so holy where they think they already know too much. Amen. They think they already. Have you ever met somebody who is unteachable? Amen. I'm not saying you are. I'm saying have you met somebody unteachable? That would happen because at that point they think they know everything. So the light will not shine. Let me give you an example about this. I remember years ago, y'all, for those, especially folk in rural churches, y'all remember this. There were not tithes that were discussed in rural churches. It was only dues. Y'all remember that? Dues. Men had to pay $25 of dues. Then women had to pay $10 of dues. And you start talking about tithing. They're like, tithing? What's about tithing? I do. So the idea was, and so you start trying to allow people to recognize that now the due, first of all, you don't see it in the Bible, never say about dues. But the idea was people are so locked in what they thought, it's hard to get something in. If a fist is always closed, nothing can get in. If a mind is always closed, nothing can get in. And so many times we are diminishing the light because of our aptitude, our willingness to learn more. I'm telling you right now, we just praise God for all the growth that's going on in this place right now. But for people who've been embracing what God has, I'm telling you right now, despite what we're going through, there's some folk that know that God has already brought them through, already trusting God, already believing God, already relying on God. Why? Because we have this capacity, capability of learning new tasks. Here's the next one. So I love what 2 Corinthians 8:12 says. There must first be a willing mind, a willingness to learn as well. What diminishes our ability? Just let our light shine. First of all, it was our what? Our attitude. Next one was our aptitude. Well, you know the next one has to be then our altitude. Some people have decided because of their past they can't go higher. Some people have decided at this point they cannot do more because they got the wrong zip code. They grew up this way or grew up that way. And God said, no. You can do all things through the Christ who strengthens you. I love this right here. I love this. See, altitude means that we are above a certain point. So many people keep believing that we got to be under this point. So that every time you try to go up, they fail or give up and say, well, I'm never going to get beyond it. Now, God said, now, with my help and with your trust in me and believe in me, because I take pleasure in the prosperity of my servants, I'm going to take you higher than you've ever been before. Please write this verse down. This is your end. Go turn over to your outline. We're going to give you the end right now. The end says, now unto him who is able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all we can ask or think. Come on, somebody. Now unto him who is able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all we can ask or think, according to the power that works within us. What is it saying? I can't even imagine what God has for me. I can't even envision what God has for me. Because now unto him was able to do far more than what I ever thought. Too many of us have this point right here too low. We said before, nobody rises to low expectation. People have low expectation, and as a result, people say, whether it's a student, if people say the student's always going to fail, what they're going to do? Fail. If we believe in our minds it's never going to work out, what's going to happen? We got to change the point. The world cannot decide our point. It's only God that decides how high we can go. And our altitude, how high can we go in him? It's about saying, I'm not going to listen to what the world says. I'm going to go with what the word says instead. It's altitude. Please read this together. The peak of your altitude in life, get this now, is often dependent upon the depth of your servitude. How high I go is dependent on how much I serve. You ever been on a trampoline? Or seen something? No, you probably haven't been. You've seen something on a trampoline. The idea, the further down they go, higher they go. It says, I really want to go high. The higher I want to go, the more I got to serve. Not when it's convenient. Not the folk I just... Now, here's the point. We got to serve where God has sent us to serve, not what we want to serve. We don't have, it's not Burger King. You can't have it your way. You can't say, I'll serve over here. It's about saying at this point that God said, I created you. I called you. I chose you to serve over there because you got some gifts they need over there. Go and serve there. And when you serve there, watch how you will go in me. We got to be above reproach. And then this last one we have right here. So what does God accomplish through revelation? You already have these slides right here. First of all, what he accomplishes, he points us to Christ. Revelation is always about pointing us to Christ. It also positions us for a complete breakthrough, not just partial breakthrough, but complete breakthrough. And also it goes in and portrays God's love, his continuous love to us. You have that in your slides as well. And here's what I want to I want to go back in and finish with this section here. God's, our eighth and final point. God's revelation ensures that believers are what? Three things here. I want to go back and share to kind of culminate this whole teaching for the month, and particularly in Ephesians 3. That we are always finding complete joy in our journey. There are believers who are not finding joy in the journey because we don't want to be on that journey. There's nothing like being on a trip with folk you don't want to be on. Remember you were growing up, you had to go down here, down to South Carolina, you didn't want to go down to South Carolina? Or down to Mississippi, you didn't want to go down to Mississippi? And it felt like it was punishment. You're like, I got and they were just trying to help you know the relatives down this one sometimes. But the idea was there's something about finding complete joy in the journey. So what are we saying here? God is giving us revelation so we can start finding complete joy in our journey. What am I saying? It's about changing our altitude, our aptitude, and our attitude to find joy. Everybody has something they can complain about. Is that all right? Everybody has something right now we can complain. Or we can say, no, I am not about to complain when I see how good God has been. I'm not about to complain when I see how wonderful God has been in my life. I'm not about to go and say something bad when I see how much good I have in life. So the reason we have God's revelation is so we can find complete joy in our journey. Please read this with me. Sometimes we become so focused on the finish line that we fail to find joy in the journey. We talked a couple weeks ago about, again, it's a beautiful thing getting older, but, you can't, you got to make more rest stops when you get older. And this happened, and the week after I got through sharing about this, we drove down to Charlotte to see our baby. And I'm telling you, we left from, not Greensboro, we left from Gibsonville. And I declare I had to pull over in Archdale. The idea was at some point, but I had to find joy in it. So you had to pull an extra time in there. The trip that was 45 minutes, you might want to make that 2 hours and 45 minutes. Just gives them plenty of time. Just in case you leave Archdale, then you can't make it to Trinity. You still got good game time, you know what I'm saying? So the idea was, so we were so busy looking at the finish line, the destination. Got to find joy in the journey. Please read this right here. Blessed is the life that finds joy in the journey. Can I get just a hand clap of praise for God right now for those of us who are determined we're going to find joy in the journey. To find joy in the journey means that we stop listening to what people say about where we should be. So I think we got to find joy in the journey. It's about saying, I'm about to buy this tape. It's about saying at this point that I'm not going to let what they think I should do all of a sudden cause me to change the direction because of what they say. Because I heard what he said. And the only way I'm going to get some joy and peace is to do what he says. And too many of us, I listen to what they said, and they just doing something they want us to do what they can't do. And so the idea was I got to stay focused and know I got to get revelation from God for myself. Instead of always trying to listen to the voices out here, trying to take me over here and over here. All of us have people say, you ought to be doing this. You should be doing this. You shouldn't be doing this. No. At some point, I'm going to listen to what God says because I'm going to find joy in the journey. There will never be joy and shalom peace following the journey that people have for us. Joy and peace only come by being on the pathway, the best pathway that God has for us. And here's what happens. We think we're here, and we think the pathway does this or goes here, and all I want to do is this. God says, no, I want to get you